Lucas Whitman was born in the shadow of dusty streets and bustling markets in a small frontier town. His family had very little. His father was a carpenter who struggled to earn enough to feed his family, and his mother mended clothes for neighbors to keep the children alive. From an early age, Lucas knew hunger and cold, but he also knew the thrill of watching merchants, wagons, and caravans arrive with goods from distant towns. The colors of spices, the scents of grains and dried fruits, and the bustle of traders fascinated him. He dreamed of one day owning a business that could connect towns and provide for his family. As a boy, Lucas spent hours observing the merchants. He noticed which ones were honest, which overcharged, and which goods sold best. He learned to watch the flow of trade, how timing, trust, and careful planning were worth more than brute strength or luck. When he offered to help with small errands, carrying goods, cleaning stalls, fetching water, he showed a rare combination of diligence and attention. By 10, he knew the names of every merchant in town, the routes wagons took, and the seasons when supplies were scarce or abundant. Life was not easy. His father's wages barely kept them fed, and his mother often went without meals, so Lucas and his siblings could eat. Even in these hardships, Lucas worked tirelessly. He delivered small packages for neighbors and helped at the local market. He began to save tiny amounts of money, hidden under floorboards, dreaming of the day he could start his own venture. By 12, Lucas was helping a small trader named Jonathan Reed, who operated a caravan delivering essential goods between towns. Reed was a stern but fair man who valued honesty above all. Lucas carried crates, managed lists, and learned the art of negotiation and careful planning. He also learned the dangers: bandits, storms, and dishonest merchants who could ruin a shipment overnight. Reed would say, "A single mistake can cost more than your life's work. Always think ahead, Lucas. Trust is your most valuable cargo." Through the years, Lucas absorbed Reed's lessons. He learned to inspect goods, calculate risks, and observe the reliability of merchants. When a wagon broke down, he learned how to repair it. When a storm delayed a shipment, he learned patience and contingency planning. By 16, Lucas was trusted to oversee entire shipments on Reed's route. He rose before dawn, checked wagons, counted cargo, and ensured every detail was correct. Mistakes were costly, but he was careful, meticulous, and determined. At 17, tragedy struck. Reed's caravan was ambushed by bandits on a remote stretch of road. Goods were stolen, wagons damaged, and Reed injured. Lucas barely escaped with his life, but he managed to save a few crates of essential supplies. That night, as he sat by a river counting the meager remaining goods, he realized the fragility of business and life itself. Yet he also recognized that careful planning, courage, and persistence could overcome even the darkest moments. By 18, Lucas had saved enough and gained the knowledge to start his own small caravan. It was modest: 2 wagons, a handful of oxen, and a small crew he trusted. He focused on essential goods: grains, cloth, dried fruits, and tools, transported between nearby towns. The first years were brutal. Storms flooded roads, one wagon overturned, and some towns were slow to pay. Lucas spent nights repairing wagons, planning safer routes, and negotiating with hesitant merchants. Each success was hard-won. Each failure taught him a lesson about resilience, timing, and trust. Slowly, Lucas's reputation grew. Merchants preferred his caravan because he delivered goods reliably, honestly, and without delay. His crew trusted him because he treated them fairly, shared profits honestly, and never sent them into danger unnecessarily. With each successful journey, Lucas reinvested his earnings, repairing wagons, buying better supplies, and expanding his operations. By 25, he operated 3 caravans on multiple routes. He carefully balanced risk and reward, never overextending, and always protecting his crew and cargo. Over the next decade, Lucas expanded cautiously. He trained new apprentices, teaching them not only to transport goods, but to observe markets, calculate risks, and understand people. He negotiated partnerships with trusted merchants, allowing him to move goods farther, into neighboring towns and across distant trade routes. Lucas avoided quick profits that seemed too good to be true, instead building a foundation of reliability and honesty. Rival traders tried to imitate him, undercut prices, or spread rumors, but Lucas's reputation could not be bought or copied. By 35, Lucas controlled a network of caravans spanning several towns. He had warehouses in key locations, and his trusted crew had become an extended family. During harsh winters, he rerouted wagons to avoid frozen passes. During droughts, he prioritized towns that most needed grain. Every decision was guided by experience, careful observation, and patience. His success was not flashy, but enduring, built on trust, preparation, and unwavering ethics. Even with prosperity, Lucas remained humble. He walked the roads, visited towns, and spoke personally with merchants and townsfolk. He remembered every hardship: the nights of hunger, the bandit ambushes, the collapsed wagons, and the storms that seemed to undo years of work. These memories guided him in decisions, ensuring that his empire of trade remained secure and respected. By 45, Lucas Whitman was known across the region as a symbol of patience, integrity, and perseverance. He had risen from a poor boy delivering crates for Reed to a man who managed a thriving network of caravans. His apprentices carried his lessons to new towns, spreading a philosophy of honesty, careful planning, and respect for both goods and people. Families remembered the boy who endured hunger and danger to build a lasting trade, and merchants sought his services because of trust, not mere reputation. Even as he aged, Lucas never stopped learning. Roads changed, markets shifted, and storms tested the caravans. Yet he adapted, always careful, always prepared, never compromising on ethics. For him, business was not merely about wealth, but about the people he served, the trust he earned, and the lives he improved through careful trade. For anyone who listened to his story, the lesson was clear. True success comes to those who endure hardships, respect others, and persist patiently, even when danger or failure seems inevitable. Wealth built on trust, discipline, and integrity endures, while shortcuts and greed crumble. Lucas Whitman's life was a living testament to this principle, a journey from hunger and fear to respect and lasting achievement. If you want Larsson-inspired motivational stories like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.